guys, and welcome to the Save Continue podcast. Every week we get together and talk about video games and video game related stuff. This here is Tom Shelby.
Hello.
I'm Shanee Howard, and this is Ryan Robinson.
Hi guys, good to be back. Good to be back hosting this show like I should be.
You're hosting?
No, it's Shanee's hosted. I kid, I have fun.
So what have you guys been up to in this last week? What have you been playing?
You're kind of looking at it. This is what I've been up to, is doing all this shit.
Yeah.
And that made me really happy.
Yeah, you seem happy. You seem happier.
Yeah. I've also been playing a fuck ton of Smash Brothers.
Tom, before you get into that Smash Brothers, can you give us a rundown of what you got set up here?
Yeah, so we got some new mics. They're not great, but they're a lot better than what we had before. New pop filters. Let's see, we got a new table. We painted our wall behind us.
See that? It's black.
We've got this big soundboard looking thing, which is a new product from Rode. It's only been out like a month or so. So that's been the delay, is waiting for this thing to come in. So it's a mixer, it's an audio interface, it's a soundboard, it's a lot of things in one. Mm-hmm. So that should help cut down on my post-production quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's all really cool.
Oh, and then we got this new thing from Elgato. What? It's a cam link, so it allows us to not have to worry about cutting our footage anymore while still using our better camera.
Yeah. That was always annoying when we'd realize too late that it stopped recording.
Yeah.
And then we'd have to start over.
Yeah, so that won't be a thing anymore. Also, this thing allows for us to take like calls much easier, whether that be over the phone or like Skype or Discord or whatever.
Cool.
So if you want to be on the show,
yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, we're listening.
Yeah.
Have you played any game? You said you were playing Smash Brothers.
Yeah, mostly Smash Brothers. So I got it, I don't know, a good while ago, but I only this last week really started getting into it. Yeah, that's a fun game. I unlocked all the characters, which took a long time. And I am considering myself to have finished the game. I typically don't do this with fighting games, but it's like 70-something characters, and I've beat the classic mode with every single one of them. So I'm like, okay, I finished this game.
Are you going to take it online?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
We can play it sometime. Berto's been kind of like teaching me how to play Smash Brothers, because like before, my main goal was to always be the most annoying character because I knew I wasn't gonna win. So I might as well like annoy people while I'm going down. But now I'm actually like, and I know what the buttons generally do, but as far as like doing the actual like combos and like timing it right and doing things with a purpose.
Are you using the C-stick?
Yes.
Okay.
So I found out that was actually, I didn't know about that one. I didn't know that you could use that to like do specials or like harder moves or whatever. So,
smash attacks, yeah.
Smash DX. So yeah, learning all that has been pretty fun. I've been playing.
What controller are you using?
The GameCube.
The original GameCube controller?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, I know a lot of people swear by that. I think it's a bad controller for this version of Smash Brothers.
You want to use a Pro controller?
That's what I've been using. For a couple of reasons. So if you look at a GameCube controller, it's kind of set up YBA, with the X being at the very top, harder to reach, out of the way. So if you want to do a special with a jump, you see a lot of pro players using like this claw on the top of the controller, which is not comfortable at all.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, in Smash, Y and X are both jump. So when they're aligned like they are on a pro controller, you always have a jump regardless of which attack you're using. There's also the fact that the GameCube controller has analog triggers, which is not supported by the Switch. So if you just have a digital button press, it's much faster.
Sure.
I'll have to like bring over my Switch and and my Pro controller and see if like you can teach me some tricks in using that. Just because like now that I'm like finally learning it, I've been learning it all on a GameCube because that's what Berto uses and like what he's comfortable with.
That's what most people are using.
Yeah.
I just think for this version, it's not the best. It's not the way to go.
It just seems like they're using it just because that's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
And that seems like a bad reason.
I don't know. I think like muscle memory like has some like merit as far as like what controller you want to use.
Absolutely. And typically I see the appeal to the GameCube controller because of that YBA lineup. Because if you look at the controller, it's almost a straight horizontal line.
Right.
And I could see that being helpful. But again, for like a jump and normal attack, so like a jump A or a jump B, you would be doing this weird claw motion.
Yeah.
And like, that's not good.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
And there, did you see that? I don't know if we talked about it, Tom. Did we talk about the Evo lineup for this year?
I mean, you mentioned it in Discord.
Yeah. What do you think about the reaction about Melee not being there this year?
You know, it's funny because I've seen some people that are upset about it, but I've also seen a lot of people that are like oddly cool about it.
Yeah.
You know, and like Melee's had a good run at Evo. You know,
Yeah.
It's had a good fucking run at Evo.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's gone from Evo.
Yeah. It's
just gone from the main events.
There are going to be people at Evo playing Melee.
I think probably the more controversial thing is that it is replaced by Under Night in Birth and Blaze Blue Central Fiction, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, Cross Tag Battle.
Oh, okay.
I think that probably upsets people more, like what it has been replaced with.
Sure.
But like those are good games.
Yeah.
They might not be super popular, but those are good games and like technically more demanding than any Smash Brothers game.
Yeah. You know more about the FGC than I do. But so one of the things that really caught my eye more than the omission of Melee was the inclusion of Samurai Showdown.
Yeah.
So are pros getting that game like in advance?
No, so that's controversial, right? Mortal Kombat 11 being there and Samurai Showdown being there, with very little time to actually learn the games. That being said, like that's not a new thing to Evo.
Yeah.
You know, since like 2013, that's been the case.
Yeah.
So
I just think that like if we're getting games that people don't know that well yet at Evo, I just feel like that makes for a less interesting show.
I kind of think it makes for a more interesting show. Like you might not necessarily know who's the best because people are still learning, you know, but you get to see these people, you know, these really amazing people, and you get to watch them learn. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I hadn't thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Anything else, John?
No. I mean, I've been playing a lot of just random stuff. I played like maybe an hour or two of SteamWorld Dig 2 right before you guys came in, and playing through Nier Automata again. I bought Berserk and the Band of the Hawk.
I was just watching the trailer for that,
which is funny because like I don't know, man. I've always said like I don't like Musou games,
Berserk.
but I like Berserk, and like to me that seems like the best genre for Berserk to be adapted into.
Yeah,
like it makes the most sense
as
far as a Berserk game goes for it to be a Musou. And then I thought like I'm having fun with it, and I love Earth Defense Force. And I'm like, and to me, Earth Defense Force is a Musou.
Yeah.
It's structured exactly the same way as a Musou.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Guns.
Yeah.
What have you been playing, Ryan?
Slap shots.
You know what's funny, Tom? It's funny that you say that because I was actually playing slap shots yesterday.
Cool.
But I was gonna say though, my introduction to Berserk was. There's this game that came out on the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
And I remember playing that game is real bad.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 Berserk games.
Yeah. And so, you know, I think like the Musou seems a lot more interesting than that game ever was. Then again, I wonder if that game would have been good if it had been made today instead of 15 years ago.
Sure. And I wouldn't even say like Musou seems interesting. It just seems more like it seems to fit Berserk, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, also, like, I beat Drakengard a couple of weeks ago, the first Drakengard, and that's like half Musou.
Yeah, what platform is that?
PlayStation 2.
Right on. So, I actually, this week has been a mix of a lot of different things for me. I went with my girlfriend to a doctor's appointment yesterday, so she brought her Switch so I could play with it while I waited for her. And so I was looking through her games that she had installed on the Switch, and she's somebody who always has physical everything. So I saw Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze on there.
Good for her.
I immediately got excited, and I look in her little carrying case, and the card's not in there.
Oh.
So of the games that she had in there, I chose Golf Story.
Golf Story is good.
So the Golf and Golf Story is good. But that the dialogue in that game is so fucking weird to me.
It's weird because it's Australian and it uses a lot of Australian terms and slang that we just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and so I'm looking at, I'm like, what are these people? What are they talking about?
Yeah. Shrimps on Barbies and dingoes and babies.
They actually call shrimps prawns.
Sure. And
So,
call that a knife, all
this-
sorts of stuff, right?
They call that a knife.
Yeah.
There's this guy who I think was stealing sausage from a cart, and
As you do.
yeah, as you do, because who would pay for that? And he used the term "sucked in," and the context I gathered meant like, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start trying to
Should have sucked him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to insert that into my lexicon. Although I did start Nier Automata this afternoon.
I'm so happy.
I'm
so happy.
Tom sent me a lore video to watch. He told me to watch it before I played it. Before I played Nier, and I tried. And
It's like a history lesson.
yeah, I was like
Like it starts with year 1.
I might have to start over because there was a second that I stopped listening because I checked my phone and then I was confused. So
You don't need it. You can play the game and appreciate Automata's story on its own. It's
Right.
still fantastic. You'll just get more from it.
So I've played I want to say I haven't played a whole lot. I've played maybe 30 to 45 minutes of the game.
Did you beat the tutorial?
I don't know. How do I know when I've beaten that?
Have you transitioned to like a significantly different area from where you started?
No.
Okay, so you're going to have to play that whole thing again.
But I suspended it.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So if you die in the tutorial, which is about an hour long,
Yeah.
you have to restart from the very beginning.
Yeah. But that's how you get one of the endings too, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Which I think is smart because, like, yeah, it sucks to have to, like, maybe you're at the last 5 minutes of the tutorial and you die and you have to restart, and that sucks, right?
Sure.
But, like, by the time you have finished that tutorial, you know how to play this game. You know?
So going through it, that game is fucking gorgeous, for starters.
Bad textures.
Yeah. Yeah, but like character models are fantastic.
Art design and all that.
Also, so I was playing. So the game opens up with a shoot 'em up section, and I was like, I would totally just, if this game was just this, I would totally play it.
Sure.
It's done really well, and like one of the things that I thought was one of the things I found most intriguing about the game was the blending of genres. The idea of one part is a shoot 'em up, next part is a character action game.
Yeah, it's twin stick shooters or side scroller.
Yeah, and I think that's really neat, and it's so, like, it's one thing watching, because I watched you play a good bit of it.
Yeah,
it's one thing watching someone else play it and saying, "Oh, that's neat," but like actually playing it, and you get a better appreciation for how seamlessly all that stuff is put together, and it's really neat. The actual fighting, the actual melee combat is pretty good.
I love it, man.
It's pretty good.
Like, it's not on the level of like Bayonetta or like DMC,
Sure,
right? But like it is pretty complex.
But those games are also not doing all the things that Nier is doing.
So it's like you have a heavy and you have a light, right? Yeah. And you have a sword for each, or a weapon for each, right? If you're using the same two weapons but switch them, like reverse the heavy and light, whole different movesets.
Yeah,
you know.
And I'm still getting the hang of how to.
And like you can shoot behind you, an enemy behind you, while you're attacking somebody in front of you.
Yeah,
you know,
and I'm still getting a hang of 2B's moveset, as well as also balancing the pod and making the pod shoot at stuff. And but it's all really fun. It's really like the combat is just so satisfying. The music is just great. So
Keiji Okabe.
I'm looking forward to spending a lot of time with that game. I'm playing it on PlayStation. Because
I just rebought it on PlayStation, like the physical copy.
Yeah, I'm playing it on PlayStation. Having a really, really good time with it. I started also. Tom, when we were living together, I got I got Saints Row 4. I think it was a Plus title at the time.
Okay.
So I restarted that. That beginning scene with the nuclear warhead and
Aerosmith.
The Aerosmith. It's still funny.
Yeah.
It's still really funny to me. So one of the things that put me off of the game was the idea of, I don't know why, but the idea of having cars be almost completely trivialized from the start.
Yeah, they are.
Was just really weird to me, and it was like off-putting.
It was the obvious direction for them to go after Saints Row the Third, but it ruined the game, at least for me.
Well, and when I first played it, like that was kind of what put me off, and that's why I haven't played it for the past few years. But
yeah,
actually, I actually started it again, and
like I played more of Get Out of Hell than I did of 4 proper. And like it oddly is satisfying there driving cars because you're driving like hell car, you know?
Yeah. So, getting the superpowers and being able to run super fast and jump really high, that stuff is really cool. And I don't miss the cars as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is that they make it a point to, part of the tutorials, they make it a point to tell you, hey, go customize your car. And then
why would you do that?
But then I'm like, why? Because I just almost immediately ditched my car after that.
Yep.
But the game is a game. A game. I think Saints Row 4 is I think when I say video game as video game, I think that term, well, not that term exactly, but that mindset was very much a part of the design process of that game.
Yeah, but so is the third, and the third I just think does literally everything better.
Yeah, and I think that Saints Row the Third actually also had just a better tone to it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they're putting that one on Switch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, and there's also the whole thing I mentioned how, because when people started talking about how Skyrim is actually like a giant's dream and none of that shit is happening.
Chim, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't. And then that, like hearing that is just, that took me out of it. Like that made me enjoy the game less. I don't know why I don't like stuff like that. Or the idea of that the Fallout games are actually simulations. I just don't like shit like that. But
I just have to hold on.
Wait, what's that other one?
Well, are we soundboarding this now?
Hold on.
We're Morning Zoo now.
Wait, what's the green one? Do the green one again, because I couldn't hear it over the applause.
It's just a trombone, I think. Yeah.
There we go.
Sorry.
I feel like you're gonna play that for me.
I like that more than I thought I did.
Well, those were all stock. I'm gonna change them all to whatever we want them to be. But yeah.
Keep the trombone.
Do you have the boner spring sound?
No, but I can get it. By the way, all of our music going forward and what you've heard so far is it's licensed music now. I've paid for licensing music for this show.
Yeah.
So
how do
hopefully,
you feel about that?
I like it. Epidemic's actually really good. I like it quite a bit. And like, you don't have to pay them a lot of money until you're making a lot of money.
Is it like a subscription service, or
you can do it either way? You can do it like a monthly thing, or you can do it per track. But it's nice. Like for every track, you can get like, I get just the vocals or just the drums if I wanted to. Like it's
that's
nice.
Also, that's great because I've heard our old theme song in like 10 other places. So
yeah, I mean, and these you might still hear as well. People can still license these besides us.
Sure.
But you probably won't hear them as often because they are paid.
Right.
And I'm toying with just doing like a different song to start every episode. We'll see.
Yeah.
I bet you can't guess what I've been playing all week.
Resident Evil 2?
Close.
Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Have you been playing
super close.
Utopia?
I've just been trying to get 100% on Kingdom Hearts.
How's that going for you?
It's happening.
It's not happening if you haven't done it.
Yeah.
It's going along. There's a lot more collectibles than I thought there were in the game.
5.
There's 5 collectibles. I have 2.
Okay.
Like you've gotten all of 2 kinds?
No, I was just being sarcastic. No, there's a bunch of different kinds, and
you get a trophy for each kind?
Yeah.
Cool.
And I already have all of one of the collectibles.
Is it Pooh Bear pots?
No, it's Lucky Emblems.
Are you the one who said you don't like Winnie the Pooh Bear?
Yep.
Oh, bother.
Yeah. He's a good man.
Yeah.
Or a woman.
Christopher Robin.
Yeah.
That's not really it.
No.
I was like,
I can't do it.
He has to be a little bit more raspy.
Yeah.
And also like high pitched at the end somehow.
You can do Eeyore.
Yeah, I suppose I probably could.
Yeah.
I won't.
So, like, how long has it been since Kingdom Hearts came out? Like a month?
January 31st? No, 29th.
Okay. So, what is your opinion of the game this far out?
Oh, I still love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it a lot.
Where do you want the story to go from here? You want Goofy to be the villain like I do?
No, I already know who the next villain's gonna be.
Oh, so you've already
Sora.
Yeah, Sora is gonna be his own worst enemy, and you're just gonna have to deal with like teenage self-hate.
I wish I had licensed that song.
Yeah.
Just for this moment.
Yeah, I was.
But there's actually a lot more to like now that I've looked up a bunch of like the side stuff and like collectibles and different things that you have to do to get some of the collectibles. There's a lot more gameplay to it than I originally thought in my blind playthrough.
Well, it's good for games to have gameplay.
Oh,
Yeah.
shut up.
It's an essential element of all video games. Shanee, have they released DLC for that game yet?
No.
They will.
Yeah, they will.
No, they are. I forgot the date that it's coming out.
You know what it's gonna be?
I'm thinking about 15, man. Of course they're gonna put. There's gonna be a lot of DLC for that.
Yeah, they'll cancel some of it though.
Yeah.
Do you know what the first DLC is gonna be?
No.
More 100-acre woods.
I hope that's what it is, man.
I don't.
Well, I like Winnie the Pooh. I don't know what your problem with him is.
Just play the Kingdom Hearts games. You'll see my problem.
I don't think I'll be doing that. That game sounds like it's taking up so much of your time, and it's just time that I don't feel like I've got.
Well, like first of all, it's because I look in every single crevice and like try to get as many collectibles as I can.
Yeah.
And I was playing through all the games and trying to pay attention to the story and the cutscenes, like to see about like hidden meanings or if like something else was happening. So I also was like, not that like other people aren't focused on games, but I was like focused on it in like I don't want to say
meaningful way.
I don't want to say educational, but I guess like research wise.
Okay. What are you researching?
Analytical.
Yeah, like I guess as far as like just looking at like story, like just trying to see trying to piece together the story and also like just do all the stuff.
Shanee, I have one more Winnie the Pooh question.
Okay.
Is he in all of them?
He is in all the numbered ones.
There's probably a reason for that. He's the best one.
Goofy's in all of them.
Yeah. But he's part of your entourage, though.
Yeah, part of the Goof Troop.
Yeah. Also, Goofy fucks, so.
Yeah. I mean, he has a son.
Mm-hmm.
So, this week, I decided we'd play kind of like a fun spin on a game I used to play as a kid where like you mash two movie titles to get like, and then.
Wait, we're doing the game now?
Well,
wait, so are we getting a game and then a game after the game?
All
or
right.
are we doing a topic or just games?
The topic is the game.
Oh.
I see.
Okay.
But it's not like a point game. It's just like a fun conversational game.
Okay.
Shanee, you're the master of games.
I had music queued up for our game section.
Yeah.
But I don't want to play it for the whole episode, so we're not doing that.
Man, I'm going to be thinking about it.
You want to hear a little bit of it?
Yeah, I want to hear a
let's
sample.
let's go a little samp.
We paid for that.
Another 40 minutes of that, please.
Yeah.
Can you combine that with the trombone?
Sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah. It's getting there.
Yeah. No,
This reminds me of the episode of Always Sunny when they try to start a podcast and they keep pushing the buttons.
Yeah.
So like an example, like for
Wait, so is this going to count for our points?
No.
No, she
Okay.
said this is not the game.
Yeah, there's
The game is after this game.
no, there is no game after this game.
Oh my
Then
God.
why didn't we get points for this?
This is our big return, and this is what you're doing to us, Shanee.
Wow.
Well,
Some host you are.
we're doing this ahead of schedule. Like I don't know what to say, man. I got a board. I could show that during game time.
No one wants to see your board.
Yeah.
No one does.
All right, Shanee,
I'm gonna break it when you leave.
Yeah, let's hear your bullshit game so we can get out of here.
Great game.
All right, whatever you say.
So, like I said, like thing is, like you take two titles. We're doing video games, and we're gonna mash them together. Normally, like the last word is gonna be the same as the beginning of like the first word of the titles, and then we're just gonna discuss what the plot or gameplay for the game would be like. So, like an example,
Command and Conquer's bad for a day.
So, an example would be like Dead Space Invaders.
Okay.
So it's Dead Space and Space Invaders.
I get it.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Do you get the premise of it?
Yeah. You're funny, Shanee.
Have you heard of games?
No. All right. Let's get this rolling before Tom.
Oh, the first one was Dead Space Invaders. Like, what?
I thought you were using that as an example.
Yeah, but we can still expand upon it.
Okay. So basically, you take so you say the name, then you gotta guess the premise of it, or not guess, but like concoct it.
Yeah. It's like a like imagination, like fun time thinking game.
Okay. It's kind of weird because I feel like Dead Space already contained Space Invaders. You know?
Well, I mean, the necromorphs aren't really invading.
Well,
right?
I feel like they kind of are because they get on well, I guess not. If you watch the films.
I did.
Okay. Yeah, they found the marker and then the marker made the necromorphs, but so I guess
but they brought the marker.
Right.
Like,
so are the humans are the Space Invaders then?
Sure.
Right? Because the marker was already there, and then they took the marker, and the marker made the necromorphs, right?
Something like that.
Right. I just feel like there's already. I feel like the humans are the invaders in this case because they took, and so.
Sure, we were the monsters.
Yeah, we were the monsters,
yeah.
Right? So. I feel like in Dead Space Invaders, you're gonna play as a necromorph, and you're gonna find yourself in a destroy all human situation, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean that's what they do. Wait, is their mission to destroy humans or to make more of themselves?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, in Dead Space Invaders, it's destroy them.
Shanee, have you played Space Invaders?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you concoct this plot. Go ahead.
No, I think yours is fine. I think yours is good.
I just don't think that because when like immediately the only image that I was able to conjure is just Space Invaders with necromorphs in the rows.
See, that's funny. Like to me, I imagined it as a more modern game like Dead Space, right?
Uh-huh.
Like a 3D game, right? Possibly, I mean, yeah, probably third person, right?
Third person, but, like behind the ship.
But like much like it's almost tower defense, right? Because that's what you're doing in Space Invaders.
Yeah.
Right? You're protecting the little thingies. So.
Wait. Yeah. Okay. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I guess you're not protecting them as much as they are shields, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Sure.
You know, like something like that. More like a. I don't know, like a Dungeon Defenders type scenario.
I would play Dungeon Defenders with necromorphs in it. That'd be fucking sweet. Dungeon Defenders has like orcs and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dungeon Defenders with necromorphs in it would be a lot more intense and fun. But I would want Isaac Clarke weapons.
Sure, the cutter.
Yeah, because you use regular Dungeon Defenders weapons, you're gonna get fucked up. You're not gonna be able to go toe to toe with a necromorph. They got knives for hands. So
shoot off their limbs.
Yeah. Don't go for the head.
All right. Next one is No Man's Skyward Sword.
Why'd you do this?
Because I hate you guys, and this is my revenge.
Well, I've never played Skyward Sword before.
What are the big birds you ride called in Skyward Sword?
Not chocobos.
No, not chocobos. I forget what they're called, but the giant birds that you ride that you have to fucking do this with the fucking Wii remote, like. So it'd be similar to No Man's Sky, except for those of you who have not played Skyward Sword, you start off in a city in the sky, and then you go down to the ground, right? So it'd be like that, right? Like in No Man's Sky, you're on a planet and exploring, and then you go up into space. It's almost the opposite. You're in the sky and you go down to the planet. I don't know.
So every time you go down to the planet, is it different?
No.
Oh. Sounds like a not great game, Shanee. I don't like No Man's Skyward Sword.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I like Skyward Sword. Not a lot of people do.
I like No Man's Sky. I'm unsure of how many people like that game.
I didn't play one of these games, so I can't really but Resident Evil Within.
Oh. Well,
I mean, that's kind of just the same game
they're
already.
It's basically the same game.
Yeah,
already.
Shinji Mikami has to make it, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I guess it's like Resident Evil, but with
like
the brain juice upgrades.
Yeah, because
because
the Evil Within is basically Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, you just get the brain juice.
Yeah, and you get the brain juice upgrades, and puzzle inventory, and the President's Daughter. Also, no, because I was about to say Hooded Chainsaw Guy, but Evil Within has a chainsaw guy. It has multiple chainsaw guys. So I guess I think Resident Evil 4 would be better if the game had Sebastian Castellanos instead of Leon S. Kennedy. Because I think Sebastian is cooler than Leon Kennedy.
Leon Scott Kennedy.
Yeah. So basically they're the same game.
All right.
You just switch the characters and you got the same game.
God of Warcraft.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
Just awful.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a strategy game, right? Like a real-time strategy game, but like you've got more direct control over units, right? Like you've got direct input over units as you do in a God of War.
It would be one of those.
But your only unit is Kratos.
And then there's quick time events.
Yeah.
Probably sex scenes.
Yeah.
And
the
like
end
that.
of every campaign level would be a sex scene. But I think that it'd be one of those strategy games where you could take direct control over heroes. But then I think about like what heroes do we have in God of War? We have Kratos, of course.
Yeah, that's it.
Then I guess you'd have to extrapolate that to other major characters in the God of War franchise. So you got Ares, Calliope, Zeus.
Nobody wants to play as Calliope.
Somebody does.
Nobody wants to play as that little boy either.
I think someone.
Yeah, fuck that guy. This game sucks.
I feel like when I wrote it down, I was thinking more of like you're playing as the antagonist, and like because you would need like troops and stuff because there's more people going against Kratos.
Well, see, here's the thing.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Well,
and so
in
like
God of War, everybody's the antagonist, including Kratos.
Yeah.
That guy's an asshole.
Well, I just imagine it's everybody versus Kratos. Maybe he can have Pandora and like Atreus, but they're not going to do anything.
Developed by Ready at Dawn.
Yeah, that's a good developer.
Yeah.
What else? What's the next game?
Deformers.
Monster Hunter: The Reckoning.
Actually, that could work. I think because Hunter the Reckoning was a.
I don't know what that is.
It's basically a.
It's a GameCube game. Right?
I was just thinking about that 80s show with that bald dude.
The 80s show?
Yeah, Hunter.
I never seen it.
Oh.
So it's basically Tom. It's basically like I guess kind of like Diablo, but not quite. But I guess I could see that working. Wait, what was the other game?
Monster Hunter: The Reckoning.
Oh yeah, so I think if you took Monster Hunter, and if you took the Monster Hunter formula and then inserted the characters from Hunter the Reckoning, like you have some character archetypes. You have a caster, and you got a tank guy, and you have damage dealers, and then you put them into a Monster Hunter game. I think that would be cool because you'd get a Monster Hunter game with like I think I know this is blasphemy to say this as a Monster Hunter player, but I think a Monster Hunter with established class types would be really neat. And I think Monster Hunter: The Reckoning would be that.
I mean, doesn't Monster Hunter establish class types based on weapons?
Yeah, but then like it's not like nobody has like a defined role. Like I guess kind of Lancers are kind of tanks, but not really.
But they have roles they're better suited for.
Like how's that?
Well, like I mean, whether you're in close or you're long range or whatever it might be.
Yeah, but in Hunter the Reckoning, you have like established things like a healer and somebody who does like buffs and support and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you were saying like Diablo, and Diablo didn't have any of that. It does have up close melee, long range attacks.
That's the closest analog I can think of. I don't know of any other game that's like Hunter the Reckoning.
Team Fortress 2. They're basically the same game.
Yeah, I concur. What's the next one on the list, Shanee?
Man, y'all are going through these a lot faster than I thought you would.
Well, you gotta give us some complicated premises here.
Well, I put this one on really just to piss off Tom.
Why would you do that?
Because that's who I am.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Like, I actually go out of my way to not piss off Tom.
Midnight Club Penguin.
What?
Why would that piss me off?
Yeah. Oh, I just thought you'd think it's dumb.
I mean, it is dumb, but most of these are dumb.
Midnight Club Penguin.
I mean,
what are the two?
I've never played Club Penguin.
Okay, what is Club Penguin?
It's like a kids interactive game, kind of
browser based, right? Or was it DS?
No,
I think there was a DS one.
There was a DS game, but originally it was on browser. It's kind of like a Neopets thing.
What is Neopets?
It's kind of like a Tamagotchi, right?
Okay. Is it
like you have like your little character and you like kind of like talk to the people and like you can kind of do stuff. It's like a baby's first MMO kind of thing, but like also like you don't have like bosses or dungeons. You just like interact and like you can collect things and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what Club Penguin is, so I can't really.
I mean, I'm just picturing the fucking penguin from the box driving the cars, but
yeah,
I'm sure that's probably already a thing.
Garfield kart.
Yeah, bears can't drift.
Yeah. I just feel like it's probably be like the cars from Midnight Club with like obviously the penguins driving them and kind of like a Crazy Taxi thing where they have to like go do like different missions.
Well, you don't do missions in Crazy Taxi.
The mission is the drive.
Yeah.
Well,
have you played Crazy Taxi, Shanee?
Yes, I
Remember when you invented Crazy Uber? You remember that?
No.
Oh, because you did that.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh. Goldfish.
I think it was when we were playing Crazy Taxi.
And then Grand Theft Automata.
So it's like Grand Theft Auto with Nier Automata?
Yes.
Well, I played a lot of Grand Theft Auto and very little Nier Automata. But
I guess it would have to have a good story.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah, they don't. They really don't.
Both games have a lot of genre changing.
Yeah, but like the
both are open world, so it's like not too much of a stretch.
Yeah,
but
maybe Nier Automata with more boobs in it. I don't know.
Sure. Surprisingly, not a lot of boobs in Nier Automata.
Yeah. You'd look at
a lot of butts, but yeah.
You would look at it and think, man, this game's probably rotten with boobs.
Yeah.
So far, I've seen granted, I played very little of the game.
Sure.
Negligible amounts of boobage. But I think that you would take, because the genre changes in Grand Theft Auto are for the most part they're relegated to like side missions or like little side activities. And
right.
I think you would just push those more to the forefront.
It'd be more forced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like you have to go play tennis right now.
Yeah. 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 So it'd be more of that, but
you must do this yoga quick time.
Yeah. It would be Nier Automata with that Nico Bellic fella in it.
Put him in one of those dresses.
Yeah. I actually, this doesn't really fit the mold of the game, but I bet you could do something with Nier Automata and Saints Row, though.
I hate both of those ideas.
I bet you could more easily. But no, Grand Theft Auto Automata is probably the worst game on the list. Not the worst. That Midnight Club Penguin.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. They're all pretty bad, honestly. Like, yeah. I don't like this game.
Yeah. Shanee, I need you to do me a favor, okay? So, you know how when people say back to the drawing board? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, you got the drawing board back there. Mm-hmm. I need you to go back to it, all right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what this game makes me feel like, Shanee. But
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, I commend your, what's the word? Ingenuity. But,
gumption?
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, but this was you tried. Okay.
I told you what my idea was, and y'all were like, okay.
I honestly wasn't paying attention. I was too busy setting stuff up.
Yeah. So that's your fault, Shanee. You should have waited till he wasn't occupied. Okay. Shanee.
If nothing else, it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I feel like if...
Shanee, we're just giving you shit.
I had something sassy to say, but then my brain rebooted, and I lost all
I mean,
of
look,
it.
Shanee, you can't expect me to enjoy things that you purposely do to piss me off.
Yeah.
Just the one. I didn't think the other ones were gonna annoy you, I didn't think all.
None of them annoy me.
I didn't think you would think all of them were dumb.
But I think that if an activity contains any ingredients intended to piss Tom off, he's probably not going to enjoy the whole.
Yeah.
Tom is a very much a sum of its parts kind of person.
Sure.
And if some of those parts are meant to piss him off, he's going to hate it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Fine.
But I'll
go back to the drawing board and come up with something better.
I know. Shanee, kudos for the effort. I'll give you that. And that is sincere.
Sure.
But Tom,
what?
Within the next week or so, you're going to be the proud owner of a Grand Theft Auto, of a Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, deluxe edition on Steam.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that. But are you excited for that?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to buy it day one. I just bought all this crap, so I couldn't do it. You know. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Yeah. My biggest thing with Resident Evil games, when I'm going into a new Resident Evil game, is like, am I going to like it as much as I liked one, where I play it over and over and over again?
Right.
Because Resident Evil games typically are quite short.
Right.
Including this remake of 2. This remake of 2 is you can beat it in 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know.
Beat it in an hour and a half.
I mean, yeah, if you're some fucking wizard, sure. But, I'm
a wizard.
You didn't beat it in an hour and a half.
I did not.
Okay. Well, I guess that's my biggest thing is I'm wondering if it's gonna, I'm gonna play through it. I'm gonna do Claire A. Leon B.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, will I want to perfect it?
I thought that I was gonna platinum the game, right? But then I saw that 40,000 steps trophy, and I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to do that?
I mean, that just sounds like something that'll come with time.
Yeah. One thing I tried. So when I started the game, I was focused very much on headshots, like exclusively on headshots. But playing the game, I learned that headshots don't mean a whole lot. Like they just don't seem to mean anything.
Because they can take a lot of damage to the head.
Yeah. Like sometimes you'll get lucky and score a critical hit to the head, and their head will explode.
Yeah.
But like that seems rare. So I don't know.
Headshots in Resident Evil 2 Remake have more of an ability to, I guess stagger is the best word, right? So you're not intended to kill everybody. You're intended to just get by them.
Yeah.
And when you're in a crowd, if you shoot them in the head, you're much more likely to be able to get by them.
Yeah.
After one round.
Shanee, you weren't around when this happened, but I told Tom, because Tom said something to me about how the optimal way to get all the story was to do Claire A, Leon B, right? So I had done Leon A, and I was going to do Claire B, but it bothered me so much that I had to start over and do Claire A. And I was working my way through a hallway, and he was telling me about how to sneak past the liquors, and I've tried it. I knew what he was talking about, but it never worked for me. And then he was like, because I was going slowly toward the liquor.
You did it first try though. After I told you about it.
Yeah, but it was like, because I started moving backwards when he started walking toward me.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
And then he was like, "What are you doing? Don't move backwards." I'm like, "I'm scared, Thomas."
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Resident Evil 2 Remake though is that they found a way to make Resident Evil scary again, and that's.
I feel like they did that with Revelations and 7.
I only played Revelations 2, and that was with you, and I wasn't scared. I was mostly just bored. But I was bored 50% of the time because I was either the flashlight person or the pointer person.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good co-op game. I think it's a better single-player experience. But Revelations 1 is, to me, the scariest Resident Evil other than the first one.
Yeah. What is is Revelations 1 the one on the boat?
Yeah, ghost ship type setting.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I mean, the ooze are not very scary.
Yeah.
They're kind of a funky looking character model.
Yeah.
but like it's cool. And like Alicia Foley, it's one of the coolest Resident Evil characters that there is. You know.
So what is her connection to the rest of the? Like, is she related to somebody or?
No, she's just in that one game, as far as I know. I don't think she might be in like Mercenaries 3D or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's like got part of the T Abyss virus in her, so like she is that game's tyrant. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that because you like the most you've played of Resident Evil 2 was the one-shot demo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I played the one-shot demo 3 times.
Yeah.
3 shots. So fuck you, Capcom. I play as much as I fucking want to.
You cheated Capcom out of 2 shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that it is a game that you will enjoy. There's a lot there to like. I'm anxious to see how fast you beat it. Because it took me a while because I'm
going to go through slow.
I kept getting too scared and stopping.
My first time through, I want to like actually look at things and take everything in. It's like I was talking to you about like a lot of the text in documents and signage being like inaccurate.
Yeah.
Like as much as I don't like that, it's interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I'll be inspecting a lot of that shit.
It's like action figures with defects.
Yeah. But you know, if I get the desire to play it a second time, then, you know, we'll see.
You know what I heard? I heard that, and I could be wrong about this, but I heard that the voice actors in that game are replacements for the originally intended voice actors. Because there's some kind of strike going on when they were meaning to do the voice work, so they get replacements.
I mean, I guess it could have been during the SAG strike, but I don't know.
And I'm wondering, like, are these people worse or better than who they intended to get?
I don't know, but I didn't, like, from what I heard, I didn't think it was bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not mind-blowing, but it's fine.
It's good for what it is, I think.
It's adequate.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly better than the original.
Yeah, not also the original. Was that intentionally bad?
No, a lot of people think it was. I don't believe that it was. I think like it was just a time and place thing, right? You grabbed the secretary to do the voice, you know?
Yeah.
You grabbed just whoever the fuck you had around.
You think that was still going on with the well, because the original Leon Kennedy is a pretty accomplished voice actor.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, it's cool to like. I don't know how much of the original Resident Evil 2 you remember.
I remember it quite well.
Yeah, it's cool to see like what's the same and what's different.
Yeah.
Then they changed it just enough to
I mean, it seems significantly different. There are rooms and scenes that are near identical to the original.
Yeah.
But like there's a whole third floor that wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know.
It's cool because
that's not a small difference, at least not to me. But
no. But yeah, it's cool to see how like everything, because I remember there was a part where you go to an underground lab, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, this is about when the underground because I remember when I was like I was asked if I was close to beating it, and I was like, well, no, I haven't gotten to the underground lab yet, but then I remember thinking like, this is about when that would happen, and then that's totally when it happened.
Yeah.
So a lot of like they found ways to like to update like everything in the game, and I really like it. So I hope that you enjoy it. Probably not getting that collector's edition though. So
why not?
I just I kind of can't swing that, but I'll see.
Oh,
I'll see what's in the pocketbook. Okay.
All right.
I mean, I'll see what's there. Okay, and then maybe you'll be surprised.
Well, maybe next time we record, you come back and you're talking into a blue snowball microphone.
I've done it before.
I was like, y'all started out like just with an iPhone on a table, so
yeah, I still have that iPhone and all the files from those original recordings. Is that neat?
No.
All right. So I mastered those myself through an app. Shanee.
yes.
Host us out.
All right, so that's all we have this week. If you want to come up with your own mix mash of game titles, or if you want to tell us about your experience,
Don't do that.
Just send them to Shanee.
Yeah, just me. Just
DM her.
Yeah, I was like DM me.
Her.
Or if you want to let us know your thoughts about Resident Evil 2, then you can contact us on Discord, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are found on most podcast apps. And thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.